I've recently decided to sell my vacuum cleaner. All it does is gather dust. Right, so hello again everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the EZVIZ RE4 Plus, which is a robot vacuum cleaner. It's very similar to the one I did previously, but it's a lot cheaper. But let's take a quick look now. Are they worth getting? Are they a waste of money? Right, so that being said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's crack on. Right, so first of all, I want to thank EZVIZ for sending this out for review, and if you are interested in looking at it, I will leave links in the description down below. But this is not just any old vacuum cleaner. No, it's a lot easier than that. It's self-emptying. Now that, for me, it's awesome. All it does is go into its little docking station and it empties all the dust out automatically. Now it comes with a dust bag inside that docking station, and obviously they say it lasts around 90 days, and it does come with a spare dust bag as well. So you're going to get quite a long time out of that. And also that docking station works as a charger. Now on the side of it we've got a dedicated on and off switch, and if we take a look around it you can see it's got loads of sensors so it can see where it's going or detect different objects. And it's surprising how well these can get around different objects such as like my table and chairs. Now if you take a look underneath it, it's got a big set of wheels on it which is great for getting over things. So if you've got something with a big lip on, you know, like if it changes from hard floor to a carpet, or if you've got a rug or something, then they're good for that, but they're not too good at getting over people. Now it's got one brush on it here, and this is obviously to get round all the edges, but it's also got a brush like pointing inside it, which is good so it doesn't clog up and that and get stuff inside there. Now the main brush here, that's easy to take off, so I get a lot of hairs around it and that, very easy to take out, clean off and put back. And then in the back of it here, it's like a dual tank, so this collects dust and you can put water in it for the mop cloth. Now the mop cloth, that just goes onto the back, it can slot on there, and then inside the app you can choose how much water this lets out. And then another good thing is underneath that docking station, which I forgot to mention, it's got like a clear pipe. So if you ever find that it blocks up or anything, it's good that they've done that so you can identify if that's blocked and then get it sorted straight away. Now when you're setting it up, it's very easy, it's got a QR code, you literally get the EZVIZ app, scan that QR code, connect it to Wi-Fi and you're good to go. What it does is initially it like scans your environment, scans different objects in your room and that, and then that's it. You can choose different areas to hoover, or you can do a full clean and that'll hoover everything it can get to. Now the hoover itself is pretty impressive, and like I say, I like that it's self-emptying, especially when people come round to the house are like, "Ooh, that's a nice gadget, isn't it?" But when it does empty itself out, it does go into the docking station. It makes quite a loud noise for a good 10 seconds, but then that just stops. It's obviously sucking all the dust out of it. Might say that to my wife.
Start auto-collecting dust.
And I'm also one of them people where, if I'm sat down for a bit, I start pondering and thinking. And me and the dog went out on the garden, and I was thinking, could this hoover me fake turf? And I were thinking long and hard about it, but then I thought, I'm not even going to bother trying because it's probably going to ruin my turf, innit? But whether it would serve for that purpose, I'm not sure because I didn't actually try it. It was just one of those thoughts where you're like, I wonder if. Now when it's vacuuming, it goes around the edges first, and then it'll vacuum all in between the lines. You'll be able to see it doing it live inside the app. And this brush feature here makes that possible, and I've got to say it does do quite a good job. Now from one of the weekends where we had muddy shoes and that, down the edges of the laminate there were just loads of like stones and dried muck and that, so I just let it go over there, and it did do better than I expected. Now another good feature with these is if it's hoovering a laminate floor it doesn't need that much power, but if it goes onto a carpet it automatically changes to high power, so it just makes things really easy. Or you can just have it on high power constantly to do everywhere. Now something else brings out like the kid in me it's got a remote control as well, so you can do it manually. So you can take it off the dock and just drive it around inside the app. And I started thinking to myself, do I use it as a vacuum, or shall I put my son's hammerhead shark on top of it and just drive past the camera? Now, I do have to say, I'm no connoisseur when it comes to robot vacuum cleaners. I've not tested that many, but I am starting to like them. And I've got to say, they make life very easy. But they do have a couple of little downfalls, such as a handheld hoover. Obviously, you can do more passes with a handheld, so if there's something with a lot of dirt it doesn't pick up straight away, you can keep going over that spot, whereas this will just run over it, mark that as done, and carry on. But inside the app you can change it to 2 passes as well, so it'll hoover twice. But since owning one of these, I've only got my manual hoover out a couple of times because they do quite a good job, Now, a downfall with this one is the mop. Now, I'm guessing this is where a big price drop comes in. If I compare this to the RS2, which I did a review on not long back, that's got dedicated mop pads on it and it removes them automatically for when it goes to hoover up. Whereas this one, this has got a cloth attachment that goes on and stays on, it don't remove it itself. And obviously it's just a cloth, so it could get dirty pretty quick and then it's just dragging that around. So if you want something to do mopping rather than vacuuming, I don't know if these are the best choice, but for general use and you just want to vacuum and keep it generally tidy, I think they're cracking little gadgets. I actually set them both going at the same time to see if they'd say, "Up mate," but they didn't. They ignored each other and that were it. So this EZVIZ RE4 Plus is £299, which it's still not cheap by far, is it? But compared to the RS2, I think that's around £1,200. At £299, it's going to be a lot more accessible for people that want that automation of not having to do it themselves. But yeah, let me know in the comments section, do you own a robot vacuum cleaner? And what do you think of them? If you don't own one, what's your opinion of them? But yeah, if you are interested in looking at this, I will leave links in the description down below. And that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you soon. Ta-da!